Hey guys, so today we're going to make this snowflake card, but we're going to make it a little different than this one. We're going to use peace in the middle instead of the word believe, and I'm also going to use different colors of embossing powder and ink. Now, just in case you were curious, on the background of this one I used shaded lilac, but I put weathered wood onto that background first and then put the shaded lilac. And then on the very outer edge, I used some of Catherine Pooler's Aquatini. And then for the popped up center panel, I used just the Catherine Pooler Aquatini. And I used Wow Pearl embossing powder for the snowflakes. Okay, so to start off, we're going to take the snowflake background that I got with the Hero Arts kit last month. Actually, the month before. I didn't get this past month's kit. You guys may not have this. Now, I will say I did not use this on the center panel, so you could go ahead and do the background with separate snowflakes like I will do for the center panel. But for the bigger panel, I'm just going to use this because it's quicker, and I wanted them to look slightly different. So I'm going to start off making sure I got a lot of powder on my piece. Now on the last card I used Bristol Smooth, and on this card I'm going to use Nina 80 pound. I got my embossing powder ready. And I'm going to use my Simon Says Stamp clear embossing pad. So I'm actually filming this Friday the 7th. Well, it's actually the 8th now. But I'm not quite sure when you guys will see this because I'm trying to get a few videos done before I leave for Florida so you guys have videos to watch next week. And that way I'll just upload them while I'm gone. Making sure, I'm not quite sure where this panel is going to end up on here, so I'm just inking up the whole thing. And instead of dragging out the Misty and all that, I'm just going to lay my panel right on top and very carefully peel it off. I just want to push down on it and make sure that all the edges get some of that ink. Now right now this panel is exactly 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but I'm going to trim it down a little bit after we're all done. If you're picky about your edges like I normally am, you could cut this panel slightly bigger and then trim it down, which we're still going to trim it down, but when I use the Bristol, those panels for me are actually bigger than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so I automatically know that I'll be trimming them down, which gave me a place to hold it while I was doing all this work, but I forgot that my Nina was cut smaller. So I'm just going to have to work with it. So I'm going to heat this real quick so it's going to get loud and I got to warm it up. Getting a little hot, so I'm going to pick it up with my tweezers now. just going to heat up the bottom a little to try and get it to warp back the way it was. Alright, so for this panel, the different colors I'm going to try, actually, this one's going to be pink with a little bit of peacock feathers around the edge. And actually, I'm not even sure if I'll do that because I know it's going to turn it purple, but we'll see. And then the top panel will be peacock feathers. So as you can see, that's all done. And I'm using that pretty antique gold embossing powder that came in the Comfort and Joy kit. You could use any old embossing powder you want. Depending on the colors, you might not even want to go with gold. Whatever colors you choose, another color embossing powder might match better. Alright, so for the second panel, I cut it out with my Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle stackables. And it is the one that measures like 3 1/8, and so it's probably 3 inches because there's a border around it. 3 by 4 1/2. So that's the one I'm using for the center. And I'm going to powder that one up. And then I'm going to start using those smaller snowflakes. Now these snowflakes that I'm using on this particular card came from these two little Fisker sets that I got 2 years ago when I first started making cards. I think I picked them up at Joann's. I thought they were cute little sets. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4 snowflakes in it of varying sizes, so those are what I'm going to use on here. Alright, so while I'm doing this, so everything's getting finalized. My sister wanted to leave on Sunday night. Ooh, I almost dropped that. But then I started keeping track of Winter Storm Diego and figured with the driving time and the areas that that storm was hitting, it was probably not in our best interest to leave on Sunday night, because one way or another we would have been stuck in either snow, rain and ice, wind, and I just didn't want to go through that, especially leaving in the evening and driving through the night. So I told her we're actually better off leaving early Monday morning after I put the kids on the bus for school. So that's what we're going to do. I'm leaving Monday morning. Riley's the last one to get on the bus, so I will probably leave the house here. She gets on the bus at 7:50, so I'll probably leave the house around 8:15, 8:30. You say goodbye to Jax and all of that. Give my older daughter Emily, who's coming and staying for the week to watch the kids while my fiance's at work, give her any last minute answers she may need, because I'm not going to be able to answer the phone because I'm the only one that can drive. And that's what worries me, I think, being the only one that's physically able to drive. I mean, I did tell my sister, don't expect to be getting there in the 18 hours and 44 minutes that it says it takes to get there, because we're not staying in a hotel for the night, because she only has a week total to make this trip happen. But I'm going to have to pull over and sleep a few times for a couple hours each time to rejuvenate myself. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, guys. I can't make those long trips all in one shot. I mean, I would like to say I'm not old. I'm 42. And I just turned 42. But still, definitely too old to be making a trip like that all in one shot. So I'm just alternating my snowflakes right here. And I'm trying to get as many on them as I can without touching the ones I already put on. Because if I heat up this paper too many times, it's going to definitely warp and make it difficult for me to do anything else to it. Yeah, so we're going to Tampa. That's where my niece lives with her boyfriend. So I'll be near a beach, thank God, because the last thing I want is to be sitting in her boyfriend's mother's house all week, waiting for her to go into labor, watching Maury Povich or Jerry Springer on TV, you know. I sound so neurotic right now. But, I mean, that's what I picture. So, definitely don't want to do that. And then I have to have the rental back Sunday the 16th by noon. So, depending on how long it takes me to get down there, that will determine, with a little bit more allowance for, you know, accidents and stuff, what time I should leave to come back home. And the kids are stressing. They don't want me to go. You know, Mom's home all the time. Why should Mom get to go anywhere? Hubby's stressing a little bit. He's upset because I'm doing this as a favor to my sister. And yet I'm, as he puts it, using his money for resources to feed myself and get my drinks and my Red Bull for the trip, when I'm doing her the favor and she should be paying for it. I don't know, his ex-wife did a number on him, and I did not say that on a video. Anyway, so, you know, one minute he's okay with me going, the next minute he's complaining because I'll be spending money that we should be spending on Christmas, but I got it all under control. I told him all I really need is one meal a day, and I'll be fine. That's all I really eat at home anyway. Alright, so now I think it's about time to heat this. I'm going to put some more on, but it's starting to get hard to hold it. So bear with me here. I know I'm off frame, but I'm trying not to blow hot air into my embossing pad. Almost done, guys. No. Alright, gonna add a few more, but I want to dump some of this back in the pot. So yeah, but I'll still have fun. I normally only eat one meal at home anyway. I'm usually not hungry during the day. I'll make it through. What I really want is to be on a beach, at least partly warm compared to this weather we've been having. It was snowing so bad last night. I was trying to run to the store to get lights. We didn't have enough working lights to put on the tree. The tree's really big this year. And